Hey everybody, Cole here. Where am I?
Why hello there, buddy old pal! Welcome to the world of Isakai. I'm your token best friend!
Huh.
And I'm the token love interest. In this world you can have all the power, fame, and woman you want.
Neat.
Now let's start your adventure!
Sure. Look, I know what you're gonna say. Cole's picking another genre he doesn't like. With an opening like that, it's obvious he's not gonna like it. But no, my good sir, madam or other, I will give the show the best chance ever. A lot of my really good friends, especially my friend Kyle, tell me how much they enjoy this show, and they think this show is for me. And I'll bite. It totally could be for me, given these comments. I'm excited. Let's get into it. So if you're new to the channel, here's how we do things. I give my initial impressions before watching the show, and then I watch 3 episodes of said show. At the end, I'll tell you whether you should complete it, put it on hold, or drop it. Now that you know the rules, let's get Isekai into the world of ReZero! ReZero Starting Life in Another World is a Japanese novel that began on April 20th, 2012, followed by a light novel on January 24th, 2014, written by Tappei Nakatsuki and illustrated by Shinichiro Otsuka. The first season of the anime aired on April 4th, 2016, and the second season is currently underway as of this video. This show has some really great reviews. We're talking about an 8.3 on my anime list and an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. Let's start with my pre-opinions. Honestly, I know very little about ReZero. I know it starts kind of lighthearted and then it gets kind of dark. At least that's the impression I've been given through social media and friends. People have told me to watch this because I like dark stories like Tokyo Ghoul, and that apparently means I will really enjoy ReZero. I think I remember someone showing me a video of a blue-haired girl fighting a bear, but that was like 3 to 4 years ago and I hardly even remember it. Let's look at the promotional image. We see a bunch of characters. There's one dude, a bunch of girls, and to make the joke, I bet they are all love interests. Because it's an isekai. Obviously there's gonna be a ton of love interests. The kid looks pretty basic, but I don't expect much from a show like this. He's just your average everyday kid. Why wouldn't he look like that, you know? But then you got maid outfits. Okay, anime, I see you. Then a bunch of random girls in typical anime attire, and Bisky, Hunter x Hunter, just hanging out. If she has a buff form, I swear to God. I like the background. It's a lot of red and black and white, which are my favorite colors, if you didn't know. But honestly, there's not that much to gather from this image. When it comes to ReZero's promotional material, I really don't like it because all I see are the 2 maid twins being cutesy and stupid, and all the other characters being cutesy and stupid. It really doesn't give off this dark tone that I always f***ing hear about when it comes to this, and it makes me not believe them when they tell me it's dark. Like when you see pictures like this, or like Isekai Quartet, you're telling me that's dark and scary and potentially like there's blood and gore? Are you kidding me? You're crazy if you actually think that's what you would get from that! But okay, I'm gonna give it a chance to prove me wrong. Trust me, please. I'm not that mad, I think. So here's my theory on what's going to happen. This kid is going to get hit by a truck, die somehow, and end up in a magical world with weird powers and abilities that he doesn't comprehend. It's probably going to be really old-timey with guilds and kingdoms. This kid is going to have a big crush on one of the girls and be oblivious to all the others like every other isekai protagonist. Okay, I'm just ripping into isekai at this point. How about we just get into the show? Spoiler warning! Big old spoiler warning! This show opens up with our main character in a gas station reading manga. While he's complaining about his mundane life, we see these weird flashes of violence and gore that look so promising. A strange black hand is trying to grab at his good bits. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at the boy! He's a gamer! What an epic gamer! The kid decides to walk out of the store. He blinks, and boom! He's in another world. No truck, no crazy death. He just f***ing blinks. Cue the obligatory screaming that you're in a new world, and our first anime grill appears, running across the rooftops, carrying some kind of weird jewel. Ooh, shiny. She has a cool design. Seems like the first interesting looking character in this show. Kid's having a really rough time adjusting to this new world, huh? And listening to him bitch shows me that this is basically just a parody of Isakais. He's self-aware and just sitting there like, where's the pretty girl that summoned me here? Where are my abilities? And what do you call this starting gear? I like this. It's different. Think about Kirito from SAO. He started with virtually everything he needed by the time plot happened. So it's refreshing to see an isekai character who we already saw has a vested interest in fiction and fantasy be self-aware about this and actually struggle adjusting. I'm not very well versed in isekai, so I could be wrong, but this seems like something new and cool. So while he's checking his isekai privilege, he gets beaten the shit out of by 3 random punks who want his stuff. What assholes. I hope we never see these f***s again. And the ninja-looking girl did nothing to help. She just walks on by like, pfft, this ain't my problem. But then our second anime grill shows up. I'll call you Lavender Girl, cause you look kinda lavendery. Anyway, she shows up to save our main character by shooting giant f***ing icicles at them. So there is magic in this show. I was waiting for it. I'm gonna assume this girl is gonna be the love interest. Call it a hunch. Maybe I'm psychic. I don't know. Lavender Girl is a tiny cat called Puck. Puck? Wait, that's not Puck. This is Puck. No, not that Puck. This Puck. Berserk, you wormed your way into my life once again, huh? Damn it, Miura, why is your story so good? Also, her voice sounds familiar.
Do anything to her and I'll haunt you and your kin forever.
Good. Then you can die without any regrets.
Do anything to her and I'll haunt you and your kin forever.
It's Ryoko! So I'm assuming that Ryoko is the spirit that gives Lavender Girl her abilities, right? The kid passes out and wakes up on Ryoko's lap, and our 2 main characters become a duo and go around town doing some good deeds, all while trying to find the ninja girl. Apparently Lavender Girl was chasing after her since she stole her insignia. Also, we found out this kid's name is Subaru. Not gonna make the joke. I'm sure it's been done to death, and I'm a better man. And the girl's name is Satella? Well, Ryoko thinks it's in poor taste, so I'm gonna stick with Lavender Girl. Rolls off the tongue better. They get a lead to a place called the Loot House. They get there in the middle of the night, and game over. Kid's dead, girl's dead, wait. Kid's not dead. Kid's fine. Kid's returned to 0. Re-0. Pack it up, ladies and gentlemen. Show's over. Play my end theme. Editor, you get the day off. No, I don't want to go back. Fine. Seriously though, that death was the darkness I've been waiting for. Is this the kind of thing everyone's been talking about? More of that, please. He decides to look for Lavender Girl, but then runs into his best friends, the punks from earlier. But this time the tables have turned. He demolishes each of them one by one. The smallest one got the worst of it by getting roundhouse kicked into the fucking wall. No way does this kid have this kind of insane strength. You're telling me any lame weeb who played with swords as a kid could do this shit? And then he starts talking about his grip strength like it's a video game stat. You know, cause he's an epic gamer! Subaru then goes straight to the loot house to make a deal for the insignia. He meets a giant old man who's really fun and goofy, and if he gets hurt, I'll kill a man. What? I'm repressing what I saw before, leave me alone! The ninja girl, who we now know as Felt, joins the party, and Subaru offers his phone as a bargaining chip for the insignia. But then, he finds out that he has a rival named Elsa, who he discovers is the same woman that killed him in Lavender Girl. The deal goes south when Subaru says he's gonna give the insignia back to its owner, and shit hits the fan so fucking hard it leaves dents in the wall. The woman proceeds to fucking murder my boy and kills the other character I liked. Is this gonna be a fucking theme for this show? First Ikawa, and now this? Am I in hell? And it gets worse when she guts our best buddy Subaru, he returns to 0 again and sees Satella walk by and shouts her name, which she doesn't seem too thrilled to hear. And that's the end of episode 1. Not bad, not bad. I'm still skeptical, but let's move on. Episode 2 starts with Subaru looking like a total idiot in front of everyone because apparently she lied about her name for some fucking reason. He then finds himself getting killed by our other best friends, the Backstreet Boys, and he comes back to life finally realizing his new power and calling it Return by Death. He then finds himself against the Backstreet Boys for the 100th time and decides to cry for help like a pussy rather than bashing their brains in again like he did before. But Today is his lucky day. Luke from Tales of Abyss appears and scares off the punks. His actual name is Reinhardt. This guy seems really nice. Almost too nice. But Subaru seems to like him, and he asks the knight to give a message to the Lavender Girl. Subaru returns to the slums trying to find more leads and runs into his favorite person in the world, Elsa, the stab-happy deal-breaker. She says they will meet again, and Subaru with pissed pants moves on with his day. He then stumbles upon another familiar face after poking his head into her house. It's Felt! She's alive and slashing Subaru in the face, trying to defend her home to the best of her abilities. Subaru gets it across that he comes in peace, and they make their way back to the loot shop to make a deal for the insignia. The kid rushes our new friends to make the deal, but then tragedy strikes when we hear a familiar knock on the door. Subaru pisses his pants again, as he should, but to my surprise, it's not Elsa. It's Lavender Girl! What the twist! Episode 3 opens right where 2 left off. Lavender Girl states that she means no harm, but will do whatever it takes to get her insignia back. Subaru explains that he's here to give it back to her, but then, out of fucking nowhere, the threat appears and Elsa attacks Lavender Girl. Thanks to Subaru, though, she still has her head on straight. Elsa announces that if the original owner is at the scene of the deal, then there is no deal, so an all-out fight breaks out between Lavender Girl, Ryoko, and Elsa! And let me tell you, this fight is actually really fucking cool. This lady is a fucking spider when she fights, crawling on walls and the ceilings like it's nothing, matrix dodging left and right, but right when we thought all was lost, Reinhardt bursts through the roof, ready to take on Elsa the
Bowel Hunter.
Ew. Is that seriously your epithet? Why not Elsa the Spider of Death, or Elsa the Poisoned Rose, not the fucking Bowel Hunter? Might as well call her the Shit Shanker, the Poop Predator. Reinhardt decided his cool sword has too much power for such a dumb fight, so he uses a random sword he found on the ground and fucking destroys her. Begone thought! The fight keeps going, and for the life of her, she will not fucking die! Our knight in shining anime clothes decides, fuck that, and nukes this bitch! The dust settles and everything chills out. Until she pops out and nearly kills Lavender Girl and Subaru. But she pussies out, knowing she can't win here, saying she will return for revenge. To end this off, Subaru has one request for doing all this for Lavender Girl. Is he gonna ask for a kiss? A date? To see those big ol' anime oh wait. He asked for her real name, and she says her name is Emilia. I guess that's fine. Subaru then realizes how fucking lucky he was to survive that final blow, then clues in, he didn't dodge the slash as much as he thought he did. Subaru explodes with blood from his gut, and when I watched it, I was fucking white-knuckled screaming, "You better not fucking die, you bitch!" In the end, he was fine, and he got to go to a girl's house, so it's win-win. Gotta take a hit to pull off a heist. So that's the 3 episodes, and what do I think of ReZero? The animation was fantastic, the fight scenes were well done with the lighting, choreography, and camera angles. It was all really fucking good. Whew, alright. The world is pretty generic. Nothing I haven't seen before in a show like this. It's your classic isekai setting. But they acknowledged that and made fun of a lot of isekai tropes along the way. The characters are super interesting in their own ways. The main character just wants to help people and have a life in this new world. But with the amount of times this man has died, it's clear this world doesn't want him in it. Emilia is a very kind girl. Don't really appreciate the lying though. Or was it a lie? Well, whatever. She's definitely holding back on a lot of info about herself. And I'm along for the ride to find out more. And when it comes to Felt and Old Man Rom, I really enjoyed their interactions. They were fun and different from everyone else who was either too serious or too goofy. For Elsa the Dung Destroyer, she didn't really leave that much of an impression. If anything, she was a spectacle at most. She was like a firework, cool and beautiful at first, but in the end, she was merely falling sparks in the night. So, do I complete, put on hold, or drop ReZero? Oh, come on, I'm obviously gonna complete it.
Yes! I fucking called it!
Well, the sub splits episode 1 into 2 parts, but I'll make an exception here. The dub said it was 1 episode, so f it. Everything gets tied up in a perfect bow. We get nicely introduced to the world, all of our characters well established, and our first little story arc ends, with just enough to keep us wanting more. This adventure was too fun and interesting to not continue it. And once I'm done with the first season, I want to hop on the train for the second and see where that goes. Hey, thank you so much for watching my new video. We had a lot of fun making this one. Did you enjoy ReZero? Looking forward to season 2? Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. I hope you stick around for my future content. I'd like to give a special thanks to my friends. Kait L.B for all the art, ChrisRWS for the intro animation, Trev Z for my logo, Kyle Brook for being a script editor, audio director, musician, and video editing, Spikey Belmont and PinkoJunko for voicing in the episode, Frazier and Javiko for looking over my script and proofreading, and all my friends that got me to this point. Without them, this could have never been possible. All the links to their social media are in the description.